I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Thank you and welcome back. Welcome back to the Quarter Mile Podcast with your great hostesses up in here. You see us.
That was very forward thinking. Yeah, we can both be hostesses.
I feel like, or host. Or
Hosts, yeah.
The commandeers of
There we
this
go.
podcast.
There we go.
I like that.
Your podcast concierge.
Ooh, podcast.
Right, that's good.
I am your lovely CJ Walton, and
I'm your boy Drew Davis.
I love that because he is my boy. I love that. Yes, welcome.
I also like that you started the podcast off by just thanking everyone before we say literally anything. Just thanks for existing.
They're here,
joining us. They're here. They're having fun with us. They're
love it.
We welcome them back. I appreciate y'all coming back and watching us and taking time and just going over these movie reviews because it's fun and I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, me too. And we have a guest. We have another guest.
I know, like another great comedian. So without further introduce yourself, myself.
All right, my name is Jerry Morrison. I'm a Nashville comedian, storyteller, musician, etc., etc. I'm like an onion. I have layers.
What kind of an onion would you be? If you like,
I would be a Vidalia onion.
Boy, you better stop. You better know how to get to my heart. You
that's the best onion, in my opinion. If I were to rank the onions, if I were to rank onions,
yes,
I didn't come prepared to rank onions, but like.
I'm glad we're here.
But Vidalia is the best.
You know, so I'm not a huge onion fan.
But even though you're not, do you even do onion rings? Do you like?
No, I don't like onion.
Okay,
rings.
so no onions at all.
No onions at all.
But I will say this: for my many years of working as a cashier, Vidalia was the most popular.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some Vidalia sauce down in Valdosta, Georgia once.
How was that?
It was really good. That was when my grandma was like, she was like, "Baby, did you get me some?" I was like,
no. I love a good condiment.
I
was just gonna say we do this thing on this movie review podcast where we spend about half of it talking about food.
Yeah,
we really do.
I love it,
and it's usually my fault. It's usually my fault, and I do apologize.
I will say you start it, but then I have a lot of opinions.
You do.
So I keep it going. Yeah. Also, if you're here wondering what movie are they covering?
Oh, yeah, we're covering
nothing to do with onions.
Nothing to do with onions. Has nothing to do with food, or does it?
Maybe it does.
Or does it?
There's a lot of food for thought.
It's a lot of food for thought in this movie. And does the food leave us because we're discussing the movie 2012.
That's
or is it 2012, 2012? Like, what do we?
I've been calling it 2012.
2012 is what I call it.
I call it 2012.
Yeah.
Also, let's zoom back to Jerry real quick. What everyone really wants to know is what's your relationship with either the movie 2012 or what's your relationship with Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have zero relationship with the Fast and Furious.
Okay.
Never seen a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, never seen a movie. And so I was watching this particular movie, 2012, wondering what its relationship with the Fast and Furious is. Maybe we'll get into that. I don't know. But I love this movie, and I love disaster movies. Like, I love a good end-of-the-world disaster movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I work IT by day. That's my day job. And so I view these end-of-the-world movies as research. Because if the global infrastructure crumbles and we're left with nothing, Ted from sales is not going to come asking to connect to the file server. You know what I mean? Like, I need some skills. Like, people are going to want to know, can I make a weapon?
I mean, and this movie was all about, like, skills.
That's true.
This movie was all about skills.
About what you can provide.
Or what you can not just provide, but how useful you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
So
or how much money you have to.
oh
and
my
I'm screwed on
god.
both accounts.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm
Like
dead.
I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, I'm totally dead.
I'm like, do you guys need an entertainer for the raft? 'Cause
No, they
I'll
don't.
come.
Like, and
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Like, would they? And do you think, Jerry, that they would bring the entertainers?
They obviously valued the arts before we can just dive in because they were collecting art.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But were they collecting comedians? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
No. Unless you know what it is. If you're the kind of comedian that could pay $1 billion, they'd be like, yeah, we'd love to have.
Right.
€1
We would
billion
love to have you
euros.
be funny.
That
Yeah.
is what I paid for the trip.
I do not know a comedian that could make it to the any one of those.
Maybe Seinfeld.
I was gonna say Seinfeld,
Yeah, maybe.
Dave
would be-
Chappelle.
Yeah, maybe Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so yeah, those really big ones probably.
Probably.
That's still.
I'll get on there, and I'm gonna tell you why. I would get on there because Oliver Pratt. I would remind him, hey,
Hey.
A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go. That's how
I'm sorry. He's one of my favorite people
Yeah.
in the whole entire
Yeah.
world. And if I could ever meet him, I just want to just shake his hand.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah,
go
let's
ahead
do
and
it.
get into 2012. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the cast really quick. We had John Cusack. I mean, you know his name, right?
The great John Cusack.
Oh, is
It's
it?
great, John Cusack.
that-
in the movie, you know his name, right?
Oh, what was his name? It was
Jackson Curtis.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yes.
What was his last name?
Curtis.
Jackson Curtis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jackson Curtis. I'm gonna see if you guys catch that. Amanda Peet was in it. Shettiwell Eagleford, Sandy, the beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous Sandy Newton, the
Yes.
great Oliver Pratt, the great Tom McCarthy, my boy Woody Harrelson. You
he
know,
was great in this.
Oh, I've got opinions on this.
okay, here's my thing. I know people talk about Woody, but I fuck with Woody Harrelson. I really do.
I think he's great, but his appearance in this movie was so strange to me.
And that's why it was so
Weird.
great.
It
to
was
me.
great. It felt to me though like he owed the director a favor, like the favor, like
Right.
Oh,
like the
yeah. I
director,
get what you're
bailed
saying.
him out of jail one night or something. He was like, "Listen, Woody, I need you in this
I
movie.
need you-
I can't find anyone else to like act real weird and eat pickles."
I
Like,
get
It
it.
was so weird.
I
So
get it.
weird.
I
For
get
like
it.
15 minutes on
Right.
screen.
And then
No,
he
I
died.
get it.
And he happily died. Like,
And he happily died.
So,
But
anyway.
he told him why. Oh, Danny Glover. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, rough.
wait a minute.
Danny Glover
Yeah.
was the president.
Oh, okay.
was-
I'm mixing celebrity names up. I'm thinking of like the Childish Gambino.
Oh, you're thinking,
Donald Glover. No, that's Danny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam James, Morgan Lilly, Zelko Burrick, Beatrice Rosen. Now, here's something. Lisa Liu, she's been in a lot of things, and a lot of people don't really realize that she was one of the grandmothers, the Thai grandmother.
Yep.
She's been in a lot of stuff, and she's just a great. Like,
Yeah.
hold on, I'll give you some more things she's been in. She's been in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Crazy Rich Asians, The Last Emperor, The Empress Dowager. Like, she's Death and Other. She's really good.
Yeah. Good for her.
She's
Yeah.
she's such a good actress. But this cast was vast, and who else was in it? Just Jesus Christ.
He was in it too.
Yeah, he was in it too. I didn't know that.
I mean,
It's so many. I can't even
big
go through the.
picture, he was definitely in
Yeah.
it.
It was so many people, but let's go through the budget.
Okay, yeah.
I want to talk about this budget because it cost a pretty big deal to make this big thing. Are
That
you
makes sense.
okay? What do you think? What do you think it costs?
Well, so it was made in what, 20? It came out
2009.
2009. Okay.
What do you think the budget? What do you think the budget was? I love to play this game.
I'm
with
gonna
you.
go. I'm gonna start a baseline to try to give Jerry a chance to get a. I'm gonna say 100 mil.
Okay.
Okay, I'm terrible at. I'm like off the bat. I'm like, I don't know, 15. No. You say 100 mil. I'm gonna say 125 million.
You were closest. It was 200 million.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
dang.
200 million opening weekend. It did $65,237,616.
Oh gosh.
But
Okay,
it
big one.
grossed nationwide $791,217,856.
I mean, so
Wow.
it was a hit.
Yeah,
It was a hit.
It was a big
I
deal.
mean, it was a hit. I definitely saw this in the
Yeah.
theaters.
Well, it did. It came out November 13th. It came out in the United States. It is in all languages. The funny thing is, it's also known as Das in der Welt in Germany.
Huh.
That's really fun.
Does that mean 2012 in German?
Yeah, because like it's supposed to be a part of like the Mayan calendar, like
That's right.
right, like that was supposed to be the end of the year.
That was when it was supposedly supposed
Because
to
the
end.
Mayan calendar stopped at 2012.
in 2012. So that's kind of what's going on and how it got its.
Yeah, which is funny to me because that was just when their calendar stopped. They were like, "There's no way we're going to be around past this."
Right.
So like, we're just going to end our
We're
calendar.
just going to end it. Yeah, we're done.
That seems like a good.
Yeah, this seems like
concept,
as good as any. Some guy's hand probably got tired of writing.
He's like, we'll be done by 2012.
Yeah, we'll be done by 2012 anyway. And so everyone now, but then everyone was like, "What does this mean?
What does this mean?" Yeah, so that was the big, and I think that was the big deal about it. And because it was just so well crafted, I think like they just ran with that. But I mean, it was kind of based off of loosely based off of the original Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? I mean, it was a big deal that everyone was saying in 2012 that the world was going to end.
Yeah, in 2012. Yeah,
Like that, I remember that
like I
being
kinda remember
so
that, yes.
much of the conversation.
and I want to say it was supposed to be December like 21/12 or 12 to
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a big like
it was very weird about it. So I think maybe a lot of doomsday people were like, "This is it. This is what this movie came out about and stuff." So it's lots of fun trivia. Let's talk about some of these main characters. Do we want to know the reason his name was?
Yeah, I don't know this. This is trivia. I need to know this.
Okay, are you guys ready for this? So the character Jackson Curtis is the real name of. Can you guys guess?
I'm gonna go with like the director.
No, you're not even close.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint.
It's a musician.
Oh, I don't know.
I have
50
no.
Cent.
50 Cent, really?
Yes, yes,
I'm sorry. What?
yes, he was the director. Curtis Jackson backwards. The executive producer, co-writer, and director Robert Emmerich is a big fan of the rapper 50 Cent and wanted to name his lead character after him. How
For him.
How cool is that?
I like that so much.
How cool is that?
Not what I would have ever expected.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Here goes some more trivia. I love to do trivia during this part. John Cusack ad-libbed the line. That guy's an actor. He's reading a script when he was talking about the California governor.
Oh, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Because I love that the California governor was never addressed by name, but he had like
Oh, you knew.
he had a strong like German accent, German Austrian.
A total double. It was a total double, of course.
And I love that was just him improvising because I was like that. I thought that line was like addressing it, but that was just him.
He really did ad lib. Like that line was supposed to be, "The governor's a meathead. How could he know anything?" That was supposed to be.
I'm glad he improv.
No, that's a good. That's a dumb line. That's a good improv. Now, I did read something that the director was worried about his portrayal of Arnold at the time. And so he was worried that he was going to see it and be angry. But I guess he saw it and was like, or heard about it. He heard that he had kind of alluded to him and he's like, I want to see the movie. He wanted to, and he asked the director if he could bring an unfinished version to his house so he could screen it, which is really funny to me.
That's exactly right. When he saw it, he was actually very impressed with the man's accent.
Yeah.
It sounded like him.
Yeah, it sounded very much like
him. I know, it really, he did. I mean, but yes, he did. He did a great job. But like, I feel like so many people have Arnold accents. Like,
true. But Arnold said he was very impressed and he wasn't offended at all.
Yeah.
Some more fun trivia. This film contains various references to the biblical flood. For example, Jackson's son is named Noah. The cruise ship where Adrian's father Harvey performs is called the Genesis. Humanity is saved by the use of arcs.
Yeah.
At one point, animals are lifted above the ark. If you guys notice that, like they're carrying animals 2 by 2 in this movie. So it's a lot of fun. It was just a good. I don't know. What do you think? It was just a good movie for me.
Yeah, it was fun. It was enjoyable. There's a few things that like it was a medium movie for me. I'll start there, but I did. It was fun. I enjoyed Woody Allen's character. I thought that was just. And then I from the very beginning, John Cusack was like playing the game of how can I be the worst dad ever?
Yes, thank
That
you.
just that first scene where he's like, "Oh, this place has all this do not enter," and
and we're just gonna hop it.
yeah, he literally throws his little girl's hat over. Let's go with his children. Like, I mean, he's not with like his friends, his
Right.
frat bros. Or like, let's just, he's like, no, I'm
immediately gonna put my life in danger.
And then they're out in the wild dealing with some weird stuff. And what's he do? He wakes up and walks over to hang with Woody for a bit.
Just leaves the kids
Just
alone.
leave the children. Just leave.
He needs a redemption arc, Drew. That's
That's true.
He's got to redeem himself.
That's true. So you were seeing at the beginning what a bad dad he is.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then my biggest critique is they did the stepdad so wrong and
so dirty.
Movie. So
for as long as I didn't even realize he was the stepdad, I just thought he was the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Were they married?
No, they were.
They were married.
I think it was boyfriend.
Okay.
I don't think they were married yet.
I don't think they were married yet.
Because
but they were living together.
They were living together, and he had been around long enough to have a good relationship with the kids.
son,
right?
Yeah,
but did it allude that they were married?
You know what? It's just my traditional thinking in that at the very beginning, his first line is like hugging the woman and being like, "Let me put a baby in you" or something. So like this is a weird, like that's a weird grocery store conversation. That's I'd be like, keep it in your pants till we get home, like that.
Wait till we get home.
Yeah.
I've been so upset.
But we've talked about this in other movies where I'm often the least drawn to like the love stories in movies, right? And so I felt like they really wanted to force the two leads together by the end and a happy, family or whatever. But like this guy, first of all, they could not have. I mean, he literally was the pilot that got him from their niche, and like he did so much. And there was such a story of like John Cusack finally getting along with him. They had that sweet moment. He's like, "Man, you've been such an influence on my like
she loves you so much."
Like it's. And then just so that, and his death didn't even like do anything. Like, it wasn't like.
Well, I have a whole.
I still don't see. I cannot see how he died.
They got
ground in the.
He got ground in the gears.
He got ground in the gears, but how?
Yeah, how did he end up? Like he slipped.
Maybe I missed that. That's the one part that I could not. I was like, I must have blinked. I'm like,
yeah. Well. So you brought up something that was my biggest complaint about this movie was that nobody seemed to react appropriately to anything.
No,
like when he goes back to pick up the kids, when he like secures the airplane and Los Angeles is literally falling into the ocean and buildings are falling. He's driving them through a crumbling LA,
crumbling world
in Los Angeles. Everyone's reacting as if they're riding a ride at Universal Studios.
Right.
They're just like, oh, no. And it's like, you're literally like
watching the world crumble.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you're on a roller coaster.
I still don't see how them old people didn't see the world crumbling in that car.
Yeah. Well, what's the deal? Speaking of old people, what's the deal with the monks? Why did we have a side plot with monks?
Because monks understand the world.
That's right.
Because they're quiet and they listen. Do you not see my Buddha back there? Do you not see my puppy dog Buddha back there? They listen and that's why everything ends up in Tibet or China.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Yep.
Because that sea parts from Africa and China. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, they did seem to like they were privy to the things before the rest of the world was.
Yeah, because they've studied.
They're in tune.
They're in tune. Yep. They've studied the world.
Yeah.
And once those little feathers started flying out of that bowl, they're like, okay, yeah.
They were like, this is
bad. This shit is finna get. That's when they break their silence. Like, hey, bruh.
Well, and then two things I did enjoy about this movie. One, the president's character, Danny Glover.
Yeah.
I thought like it was good for the plot that he decided to stay. Like that was like a good leadership
Absolutely.
moment. That was really cool.
Absolutely.
And his daughter is still to me one of the hottest women on earth. Thaddy, right?
Andy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, she's just drop dead gorgeous.
She didn't do a ton in this movie, but it was just nice as you're watching the world end. It's just nice to look at her.
She didn't speak French.
Yes.
And, I mean, it was just nice to see her there. But I mean, but Oliver, sorry, he does not get enough credit in this world. That man is a fantastic actor.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Though he has a little bit of a like. he's kind of the same.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's kind of just Oliver Pratt.
yeah.
But we're watching The Bear, and he's in The Bear.
He's in The Bear.
Yeah, and then I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, it's Unc.
Yeah,
It's Uncle from the Bear. And I'm like, he's kind of the same.
The thing that I really liked him in this movie was when you saw that scene where he told his mom, like, all right, I'll see you next week and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like it showed his humanity. Because in this movie, you didn't really have like a villain. You just had.
But he's a little bit of a dick.
I would definitely consider him a dick.
Yeah, he's 100% a dick.
Yeah.
But that one moment gave you everything you need to be like, maybe he'll do. He never really did 100% do the right thing.
Right.
But like that little scene made him seem like human enough.
A little.
I'll give you that. Yeah, it was a solid cast. So
Solid cast.
I'm on cast alone. I'm going to go ahead and give it an A+.
Yeah.
On cast alone.
It was just interesting to me, like the timeline of how they did everything, like because it started in 2009 and then they jumped to 2010, and like they
Right.
were setting up all of the
Right.
conspiracy and like how the government was pretty much like offing people.
We need to get into our summary about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, you want me to read?
I would love for you to read
All right.
reviews
This
and stuff.
is from the perspective, the AI plot summary from the perspective of John Cusack. Right?
Yes.
His
Okay.
I
character.
tried to do the best I could.
This will be great, and I'm just going to read it off the cuff here. So, okay.
You're a storyteller.
So I just lived through the end of the world, literally, and let me tell you, it's exhausting being the everyman trying to save his family when the entire planet is basically having a geological meltdown. So here's the deal. I'm Jackson Curtis, failed writer, part-time limo driver, divorced dad, just trying to reconnect with my kids on a camping trip to Yellowstone. Next thing I know, some conspiracy theorist is telling me that the world's ending in 3 days. And honestly, my first thought was, great, another thing I have to explain to my ex-wife. But then California starts falling into the ocean, and I mean literally cracking apart like a jigsaw puzzle. And suddenly, I'm driving a limo through collapsing overpasses while my family screams in the back seat. It's like the worst possible time to prove I can be a responsible father figure. The movie throws everything at you. Earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, the works. It's like Roland Emmerich said, you know what? Let's just destroy all the landmarks. The White House, the Vatican, the Hollywood sign, nothing's safe. I felt personally attacked watching the California coastline disappear, and through all the chaos, I'm basically playing the world's most stressful game of keep up, trying to stay one step ahead of the apocalypse with my neurotic energy and rental car. My character's superpower is apparently being in the right place at the right time with just enough self-deprecating wit to keep everyone from completely losing it. It's big, it's loud, it's completely over the top, and somehow I make it work. Sometimes you just got to embrace the disaster movie and run with it.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was watching this movie. I mean, here.
Yeah, I'm here. I love it. It's big. It was kind of big and dumb.
Yeah.
And all the good ways and all the right ways. I think what I loved about it most, this is my biggest takeaway, despite all my like beefs with it, was that like they didn't stop anything from happening. I mean,
yeah.
The
but
world
you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Yeah, that was from the beginning of the movie. That was the precedent that was set. Was like the world is going to end, and how are we going to deal with it? And that was kind of interesting because the whole time you're watching the movie, you're like, "Well, I don't know if I don't know the science behind the accuracy of the science behind the movie, but like that thought of like the world is eventually going to end,
right?
And like, how would people handle it?" And it was kind of when you're watching this, you were like, sometimes you're like, this seems like how our country would handle it.
Likely.
I definitely thought that watching it. I was like, this is exactly how it's going to go down. Like, and I know the first person is going to be Elon. And then like, I was just.
It's okay. The president would stay on.
Well, that takes us back.
Sure would.
That's right.
Because he's so strong and brave, and he wouldn't run from anything.
No, not
he's
at
so
all.
unselfish.
Right.
So unselfish.
He's so unselfish.
Well, if Elon buys his way on, I think we could safely bet that at least some comedians would probably be brought along.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Elon's a big comedy fan, big jokey guy.
I guess Kill Tony would be there.
Yeah.
Then I would just jump out.
So
I would be like, nope.
I would be Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
I would be on the mountain just like,
yeah,
hit
bring
me.
it.
I don't know, like, but this movie definitely.
This would be the podcast, or you'd be talking about
exactly. I know for a fact Soon as he said Ark, like he was like, it would immediately be Elon was first person. Jeff. Don't know if what's his name would be there. I don't know if he has enough money though.
Which what's his name?
Tucker.
Mark Zuckerberg?
No, Mark would be there.
Mark Zuckerberg would definitely be.
Mark would be there. Notice I ain't saying no black people.
I know, right? Well, there weren't a ton of black people, and also another thought I had was
They made sure of that shit.
yeah. No, well, I mean, when I said there wasn't a ton of black people, I didn't mean like on the earth in 2012.
No. They made sure of that. No. Say your piece. They made it.
Can you imagine being one of the people working the maintenance of the raft, knowing the Ark, knowing like they had to know that like we're not
getting on here. We're the working class.
But
and he said it in front of them too. Like even the working class not going. He was like, "Do you want to get your ticket to these working these?"
By all means, but
but they were so like chill about it. I don't know. Right. I don't know what they were like. Well, it's a 9 to 5. Well, again, I clocked in. So
no one's acting appropriately to anything in this movie.
No,
whatsoever.
No, nothing.
I do think John Cusack had. I hope he got paid really well as a limo driver because that man's driving. That's the connection to Fast and Furious. Dom Toretto recruits him onto the team.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. That is the real connection because the way he drove underneath through the building, up, go. We'll talk about that because we're gonna talk about some of my favorite scenes and y'all gotta guess. But when I say that driving was fast and furiously good.
Yep. It was.
That was what I thought when I was watching the driving. I was like, this must be the connection.
That was the connection.
Yeah, I love
we didn't realize it until we saw it ourselves.
The connection was it has action in its genre, and we were like, sure. And then once we watch it, we make connections. Yeah, like, this is absolutely why we put this on this one.
Let's get into some of these reviews really quick.
Yeah, let's.
So this is Can from Facebook. She said, I just watched this the other night, and it wasn't as bad as I remembered. Other than really requiring a really generous suspension of disbelief on all their close calls, the main problem was the cast was just not that charismatic. I felt like Chiwetel Ejiofor was great and Oliver Platt was good enough, but the rest of the cast just didn't make me care about everything that was going on. Maybe it was a combination, both the action and being a little too unrealistic with cast, not being able to sell it, that made me unable to buy it with the way I did with Independence Day. Also, I was very mad. Oh, and by the way, that director,
same director,
that was supposed to be his last movie.
This one,
2000, yeah. But he ended up, doing Independence Day and some more action movies.
Oh, cool. Wait, did Independence Day come?
It was
before this one.
So he did Independence Day and The Day After Tomorrow.
The Day After Tomorrow.
Which were both disastrous movies. And he was like, he didn't want to do this, the 2012, because he's like, I don't want to be that guy.
That guy, yeah. So this was like, it's supposed to be his last movie. So also, I'm very mad that they didn't dump the plane load of cars as soon as they were in the air. They were useless and wasting a ton of fuel. And that's Can from Facebook.
I have beef with that scene as well.
Do you?
Yeah. So like that pilot, the Russian pilot, died senselessly.
He died senselessly.
He was trying to be such a like go without me when literally he could have just got up and ran and got in one of the cars, because what was he doing? Like the plane was going to go off the side.
He could have easily got up.
Easily
after
just got
Sasha.
out.
And they could have had a scene where like the really nice car goes out with a parachute.
His name was Sasha. What was the dude's name?
The Russian,
boy,
I don't remember his name.
The Russian guy was named Sasha.
Yeah.
Sasha. That's a very Russian name.
I liked him.
I liked him.
But that was kind of a fun part about watching the movie is, not everyone's going to make it to the end point.
Right.
That part.
So that was a fun game. Who's going to die?
Who's going to die?
Yeah.
And speaking of what you just said, Drew, a fun movie. The cast doesn't have the best chemistry, but John Cusack and Woody Harrelson are worth it. Okay. Almost like what you said. It's not hard to compare it to Independence Day being an Emmerich film, but it has some grand moments. Longer than it needs to be. It was 2 hours and 38 minutes long, by the way.
Too long.
Kind of feels like it was a script from a different movie a time or two. But I sold 2 copies, and it's been on in several hotel rooms. And that's Justin Daniels from Facebook.
2 copies. Wow.
I love that this is his like hotel room movie. Like
This is a hotel room.
It is a really good hotel movie.
Yeah.
Like right before, you're right. The last best disaster movie. That's Eric from Threads.
Okay.
And Roland Emmerich went for it. I felt like the movie did peak with the LA scene, but that's a pretty solid peak. Cast is weirdly stacked. Overall, a fun time. If it's on TV, I'll watch it, and that's Malcolm Castle.
Okay.
And a couple of good reviews, and I'm going to give you one really bad review because I will be fair. I will be fair. Hold on, let me go back. Oh no.
While she's pulling it up, just a friendly reminder, we drop what movie we're about to review every Tuesday, and we give people an option to just, in all the different social medias, to let us know. So Facebook and Instagram are the easy ones. We're also on Threads, which honestly, it's just an extension of, I auto have it where whatever I post on Instagram, post on Threads, but you can find it there. And it's been really cool. The past few movies, people have dropped in and said some things. So it's fun to interact. And as she's pulling that up,
I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? Cool.
Yeah. So on the highest, Chicago Sun-Times says the mother of all disaster movies and the father and the extended family spends half an hour of an anonymous setup scenes. Scientists warn, strange events occur, prophets rant, and of course a family is introduced, and then unleashes 2 hours of cataclysmic special events hammering the earth relentlessly. So that was from the Chicago Sun, and the the Village Voice said the 2 hour and 40-minute 2010 is overstuffed with special effects, but the Curtis's claims Mad Dash Out of Town is the closest the movie gets to actually being fun.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I don't disagree with the fact like that escape from LA scene was kind of the ultimate scene.
It was early enough in the movie. You're like, how are they going to top it?
How are they going to? And they didn't.
They did.
Yeah,
they did not.
It's a fun, feel-good movie.
One of the comments was like, it's the last best disaster movie.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Do we know of any? Would there be any that have come up after 2009 that you would be like, this one?
I'm trying to think because I'm typically keyed in, but I can't think. Like, this may have been the last one that I actually saw.
I guess.
Walking Dead is another. It's not a movie, I know, but like
series.
And like The Last of Us, those are all like kind of scratch that itch for me. But I can't think of a movie that I've seen recently that was like an end of the world disaster
movie.
Twister.
No,
Twisters,
because that wasn't around the whole world.
No, it wasn't around. It wasn't a doomsday end of the world. But even I lump natural disaster movies kind of all in.
Oh my God.
We broke CJ. She's
And I know there has been a disaster movie since 2009.
But has there been a great one?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I might
because that's more of a thriller movie, so I can't.
Here's my thing with disaster movies. They're just kind of boring to me. Only because it's like from the beginning you know the issue.
You're right, you know what's happening.
You know, but good disaster movies, and this one did it well. It's all about the different characters and how they react to the different, and so you kind of see the different storylines at all. And I love it when this one did it where you had people from all over, and then by the end they were all in the arc together, but you saw them in their different places beforehand. So it can be good, but like when I'm watching a disaster movie, I don't get thrilled because I'm like,
I have to agree with you on that. Like, I mean, but I guess I'm going into it knowing I just don't know exactly what kind of disaster it's gonna be. You know what? Now that they've got me thinking. Now I'm gonna have to get on my damn phone.
You're gonna have to figure it out. Well, I'll say what I love. Actually don't care about the story as much as what I love about end of the world disaster movies is watching stuff be destroyed.
Yeah, that's cool.
Love to watch like a city just be decimated.
You're right. That is a really fun part.
That's like so much the appeal because it's so fantastical. Like to see a place that like LA just completely destroyed, and that scene where I don't want to. This might be my favorite scene, so maybe we're going to talk about favorite scenes. So I don't want to jump the gun.
Oh yeah, well you go ahead.
You have
so my favorite scene was the scene where Woody Harrelson's character is standing on the mountaintop and he watches because it's like a volcano in
Yeah.
Yellowstone, and he's watching it explode, and just the effects, the special effects of that
His first
explosion.
thought was like a little underwhelming.
Right. But like watching all the rocks and
Yeah.
stuff crash around.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
That was a pretty cool, fun scene.
And you know, it was interesting because his character, as random as it was, did represent a group of people during the end of the world disaster, where a lot of people would just be like, you know what,
that came
let's
out
just
before.
take it.
This came out before. I guess you're right. Deep Impact came out before.
Yeah, that was a good. That one might have been like the gold. That might have set the standard.
And see, that was for me the standard. Deep Impact.
Yep.
No, you got me. What?
I was an Armageddon guy.
That was.
Yeah.
Was that?
Don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah,
And I don't want to miss a thing. I'm sorry.
Now, I liked Armageddon too, but again, it was the character. But they gave you
everybody in that movie was great to me. I watched that movie 1,010 times.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, in that movie, as you're watching it, there's a part of you're like, they can fix it.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you're like, they're.
No, this was not. You knew this one was.
I swear to God, I watched Armageddon. I don't know how many times. When I tell you, we can review that today. Like, I swear to God.
Not even. Yeah.
I won't even need that. Like, I loved that movie. Oh my God, I loved that movie.
That was I mean,
I still listen to.
I hate to sound like an old man, but like the acting and the actors and the stars in that movie, if you compare that to like the stars nowadays and a similar movie, like those.
And your boy Ben actually did a decent job in that movie.
Yeah, he really did.
He
did a decent job. Damn,
I mean, it's no Daredevil, but
I was a little disappointed because another thing I love about these end of the world apocalypse movies is when they show how they're rebuilding after.
Oh yeah,
right. Like they didn't even touch on that. Like,
oh, they did. The two couple got back together, and
they did.
But then, like, they were like, "All right,
right.
Africa raised about 3,000 feet higher, so that's where we're gonna go." And like that was it.
That was it. Yeah, I could have used another scene too. I remember when the crash rolled, I was like, oh. Okay,
but it's also I didn't want it to be longer.
Also, yeah, it just didn't need to be almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, but,
I don't know.
You're right. I can't think. You're right.
I can't think of
all right. Whoever made that comment, and I think that comment was from a random. Like usually, I know the people, so I would like.
Right. His name is Eric. He's on Thread. So, Eric, shouts out to you. You broke me.
You convinced us. This is it.
Yeah. Screw you, Eric.
Thanks for taking the one thing we had.
Yeah. Like
the joy of movies, and
right. Now I'm gonna find something else, Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Twisters. Armageddon. Well, still before. Dante's. Nope, that was still before. Yep. You know what? Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. 33. Nope. Finest Hours. Nope. The Impossible. Nope. I hate you, Eric. Figure this out.
Dropping real knowledge.
Dude, man.
Gross.
Man.
Do we want to do Too Fast, Too Furious rating on the movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
That sounds good.
So do you want to explain how it goes?
Yeah. So we're rating the movie.
Okay.
You have 4 options. You can say Too Fast, which is like you loved it, your life is better because of it. Mm-hmm. Fast was you enjoyed it. Furious can be either you didn't like it or like you didn't really care that much. Okay. And then Too Furious is like you did not like it and your life is less than because of it.
Okay. I love it.
You
want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
You're our guest.
I'm going to give it a fast.
All right.
Because it was certainly enjoyable. I wouldn't give it a too fast. It didn't blow my mind. Because I definitely have some quibbles with it. But I certainly enjoyed it. I think it was a fun watch. It was exciting. I agree with actually most of those reviews where it was like, it was fun. I didn't care about the characters. But certainly enjoyable. I would not turn it off in a hotel.
There we go. Good hotel watching movie.
I like that. Yep. I'm going to agree with everything he said, verbatim. I'm giving it a fast.
Okay.
I'm giving it a fast. I definitely would not turn this off. If it came on TV, I'd probably sit down and watch it. Like, babe, look, 2012 is on. You want to watch it? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Boom.
In all of our movie ratings, you always talk about watching your movies with Kenny, and I love that. I feel like you guys are a movie watching couple, and
we really are.
That's a good.
We really are. Like
couples that watch movies together stay together.
We do.
Right.
Like
that's right.
He'll be like, babe, you want to watch this? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And as weird as it is, we love to watch documentaries.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Like a good Ken Burns is our thing.
Oh,
I love that. for you guys.
I know, right?
Ken Burns National Parks is
Yes. Oh my God. He knows how to get my engine roaring.
Tell
Woo.
me
For
about John
information,
Muir.
yeah.
All about John Muir, please.
All about it. Yes.
So I was on the cusp between Fast and Furious with this particular movie.
Ooh, you've never done that
the whole
before.
time I was like, I wasn't sure.
Mhm.
I was leaning toward Fast,
Okay.
but I really was unsatisfied with the ending.
Yeah.
I did not like how they did the stepdad wrong
Yeah.
and
I
how the
agree.
couple got together. And it was clear. I mean, it was a plot device. Get rid of him
Yes.
so that they can be together. And be happy.
100%.
And I think it would have been a more powerful story if he stayed alive, he stayed with the lady, and then John Cusack still had all that character development and learned how to coexist
And be a good dad.
right?
I
And be a
agree.
good dad.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been a more powerful ending.
I agree.
So because of that, I'm going to give it a Furious.
Ooh.
But it's of the not. I didn't
Not
not
the-
like it. Yeah, I just didn't. I guess I
The ending wasn't satisfying.
yeah. I probably won't watch it again.
Well, okay.
I would turn something else on.
You would in a hotel.
Yeah,
You would
okay.
turn something else.
You
Yeah.
keep clicking.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stop right there like,
I
oh,
wouldn't,
it's
yeah,
only so
I
okay.
wouldn't.
All right, I got
Well, about the ending, my quibble was I would agree with that, and I'm no scientist, but if the Earth's core heated up that much to cause that much damage, I don't feel like it was just all of a sudden going to be like we're safe to
Right,
to get out.
absolutely.
Everything's clear. Like a similar cataclysmic event destroyed the dinosaurs because the Earth was clouded with all the ash and debris.
Ash and debris.
And then, like, you're telling me 27 days later, they're just like going to walk out and it's clear. And
Did they give us a time frame and was it only like 27 days?
because it said day 27 000 because they started the years
That's
over.
right. Yeah.
And so it
Yeah.
had been only like 27 days, and they're just going to like start a new life.
Also, I know we talked about how that scene, the LA scene was like the biggest, but
Uh-huh.
what if you were there? Wouldn't you be like, after you survived
Uh-huh.
Earth caving in and all the things that they have to fly, the big flood and the big like they were so terrified in the moment, but I'd be like, you guys have been through worse,
Right.
Like yesterday,
Right.
Like,
But again, throughout this whole movie, no one is acting nearly appropriately for the situation.
No, again, no.
Also, we only have 3 minutes to go. So let me give you a long kiss instead of you go down. Like, I just want you to know how much I can. Surely someone like, hey, can you guys like?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on.
I mean, I should say I still enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
But I just I'll give it a Furious.
We gave it 2 fasts and a furious.
Too
We
fast.
did.
And a furious.
There we go.
I like that. So it is now time for the best part, my fave part. So let's go. You have to figure out which part did I actually enjoy the most.
Yes. So she's going to give us 3 scenes.
Okay.
It's called CJ's Best Bits.
Okay.
So we're for the whole season of season 3, we're in a competition. And
All
every
right.
time we do an episode, both like whoever's not making the scenes,
Right.
and then the guest, we
Gotcha.
get to, she's going to give us 3 scenes and she just gave us the qualification, which is you said it was your favorite?
Yeah, like the scenes that I enjoyed the most.
Okay.
Like
Good deal.
the scenes that I was like, okay, I like that.
And if you guess correctly, I get a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guess incorrectly, she gets a point.
All right.
And currently, after our last episode, I am 1 point ahead. I've been losing for a while, but the
Okay.
last 2, I've had a couple good runs.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So the part where they land the plane on the glacier and they take the Bentley to get the plane,
Yeah.
like they didn't choose any other car, and I'm like,
Excuse me, the voice activated Bentley.
the voice activated. Everybody shut up. Car star.
Wonderful.
Like, is that my favorite scene?
Okay.
Is it the part where the dog makes it, but the rich billionaire doesn't, and she gives him the middle finger right before the door closes?
That's a good one too.
That was okay. Or is it the part where he's trying to leave Woody Harrelson and Woody's he's just like trying to leave, like, all right, bruh, I'm out. Like, you know what? Let's stop talking about this. And Woody's like, oh, but only the rich will survive. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. Listen to me talk. Which one of those are my favorite scenes?
Okay. I'm gonna. Do you want to guess first, or should I
I
guess?
have a guess.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to guess what my favorite scene was.
Oh,
Because you named one of my favorite scenes. So I'm going
Okay.
to guess that one. It was when she called the dog over the little wire, and then she flipped them off. That was my favorite scene.
That was delightful. I think it's for sure not the third one. Now, compared to the other two,
Yeah.
that one's like not even close. It's gonna be funny if that's her one, but I know how much you love dogs, and that was a really funny scene too. So and at that point, you really hate the Russian guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go scene two.
You both were right. It was
Here
a
we
scene
go.
too. Because I was the fact that of how he did. I know you were messing with Stasha and stuff, and just how he just was so just. I have enough money to buy whatever I need. No, you don't. Not
Well,
the.
he got it, and then he got his shortly after that.
And he got his right after
Yeah.
that. That was great for me.
I'm glad she got her. I'm glad she got that dick.
And
in.
she got the puppy
Yeah,
dog.
that was a fun moment.
So yeah, you got a point. Yeah, I thought it was gonna make it hard because those are all good scenes.
Those were all good scenes. Yeah,
Those are good ones. Yeah.
I really was trying to trick you.
Did we talk about how the boyfriend was also her plastic surgeon?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
What
a
a
small world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, she's just a client, honey.
And she was like, I regret these boobs.
Right.
Pretty much.
He made me get them.
What a weird plot point.
Yeah, it was like that's a weird thing. Yeah. And then
Ugh.
Like so, yeah. Though that was.
why did they add that? Was it just so they could later have a?
I guess they
moment?
wanted her to have layers. Like
Yeah,
this is who she is.
Yeah.
Like because they she was already cute and stuff. So they were like
Give her some
depth. I guess.
I agree.
Give those boobs a backstory.
Yeah. The boobs needed a backstory. Yeah.
Doesn't everyone's boobs need a backstory? Especially when they're from Russia, Mother Russia. Like all the boobs from Russia need backstory.
That's funny.
I love that was your favorite scene, though. That's a good scene.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and it was right there, like
right before the door closes.
right before the door closed.
Yank back in. So good.
Like
Good
good
for her
boy.
for world's ending, but she's gonna still throw in that moment.
Yeah.
I know that's
Yes.
right.
Good.
And
Middle
the
finger.
fact that she's like, I know the world is ending, but I'm gonna save my dog.
Yeah.
I liked that.
That stressed me out.
There were little like the cool parts about that movie is you were seeing so many people just acting completely selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like the scene where like the president stayed behind, or the
Mhm.
scene where she risked it and let the dog come, and then like other people, there were a few other people where some people, no one in that moment, I'm sure there were people on the boat that would have thought this, but no one was like, "Don't do this. This is so stupid." They were like, "No, let her save her dog.
Mhm.
Like, that's a big deal."
Yeah.
Well, like the grandma too, who spoke up and said no, everyone, because they were trying to. The mom, Amanda Pete's character, was trying. She's like, take my kids, take my kids. So at the least, just take the kids. And the grandma stepped in and was like, no, we're gonna take everybody.
Take everyone. And I think that's probably like the message or the motive behind the movie is
Mhm.
like remembering your humanity and
Mhm.
thinking of other people.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I thought that was a good takeaway from the
Yeah.
movie.
So I enjoyed it. Well, is that it?
I think that's it. Next week's going to be a little bit different for us because we are reviewing a new movie that hasn't even come out yet. We're going to be talking about the new Superman movie. I got I got a guest coming in who is huge into Superman.
I'm so excited about that. I have a friend that's in that movie.
Yeah, really?
The little boy who was in my play, Landon, he's in the new movie.
Cool. Who is he in the movie?
He's one of the kids that he saves.
Okay, so I'll look at every kid that's
Landon. He's awesome.
I'll try those.
Shout out to Landon Williams.
Yeah, that's so cool. Anyway, so we're doing something different. Instead of reviewing movies from 2009, we're going to be taking a 2025 movie, and so that'll be fun. And but yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, so make sure you check us out online on all social media platforms: Instagram, Threads, YouTube, TikTok. We are not on X, so don't even look.
Don't even bother.
Yeah, don't even look towards that. Thank you
guys so much.
I mean, like you were amazing.
Thank you.
Are you going to come back?
Of course.
Yes. I wish we had like an applause thing for him, but I'm sorry.
We are the applause.
Did you have fun?
I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
You want to tell us where we can find you, or if you have any upcoming things? Remember, this is coming out next Wednesday.
So, you can find me also on Instagram and Threads at Jerry Morrison. Coming up, I'm going to be at the Putnam County State Fair in the middle of July 19th, doing some comedy
at West Virginia.
In West Virginia, and then at the end of the month, I'll be hosting at the Sweetwater Clean Comedy Collective Sweetwater show.
Fun.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
We have a good lineup for that. That
Very good lineup.
I saw that. I saw that. I
Mhm.
saw that. Shout out to our sponsor, D&D Apparel. Make sure you go out there, check them out, go out to their
Yeah.
website, please, please, please.
Look, if the world's ending, wear some of their clothing.
I know that's right. It's so comfortable.
Yep.
Like, I'm already losing weight in there. And tune in next time because we're going to be talking about Superman. You know, you always know what to do. Live your life a quarter mile at a time, y'all. Thank you again, guys. We love you.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you
See
next
ya.
week. Have a good one. Bye.